to Moon Mage. If you're new here, these are weekly tarot messages. Pick a message 1 through 4. These messages are not long or drawn out messages. They're just quick snapshots of the potential energies coming in for you at the time that you watch the video. Even though these come out in a weekly fashion with dates on them, they are timeless because when you land on them is when you are meant to hear that message. But they give you a quick snapshot of the potential energy, challenges, and then some guidance and advice around that so that you can hopefully navigate your week in the best possible way. So I always tell everybody to give themselves a second to feel into messages 1 through 4, and I will get started here with message number 1. Hello, message 1. Let's have a look and see what could be potentially showing up for you guys this week. Oh, okay, we've got a bunch that fell out. I wouldn't normally pick this many messages. I'm going to go ahead and reshuffle. I think that was just myself shuffling. Okay, it's going to be 2. So we're going to go with that. So we've got achievement. Enjoy the limelight. You've earned it. Although on the family front, someone's health could cause some secret worries and sleepless nights. Okay, so kind of like some polarity. There's some good things coming in along with some harder things potentially. But either way, you've got some sort of achievement coming in. And it's interesting because the second card that fell out, it says difficult times. Be on your guard against chaos as unforeseen perils or emotional upheaval are foretold. And now this could potentially have something to do with concerns around somebody's health, as this says, secret worries and sleepless nights. So there's some polarity showing up for you guys this week, unfortunately. There's some good, which is great, and then there's some harder things that could be showing up. It's going to be interesting to see what your cards have to say about this. So I'm going to go ahead and pull those. And, as it says, be on your guard against chaos as unforeseen perils or emotional upheaval are foretold. Emotional upheaval would absolutely be the case if we were concerned about somebody's health or we, find out something about someone we care about their health that could be really difficult and challenging. But I think, I always say to be forewarned is to be forearmed. And, oops, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and put this over here. Because if we have a heads up that, hey, there's some good things, there's some sort of reward enjoying the limelight, having achieved something, but, be prepared that what goes up comes down sometimes, and that could be the case for some of my message 1 choosers. Keep in mind, too, that this is general, so for some of you, it could really just be the positive that's coming through, and it's others who needed the other message to understand that they may have to prepare themselves for something a little bit more difficult. Oh, sorry about the background noise, guys. That's my heat that kicked on. Oh, Lordy, I can't shuffle today. My goodness. Okay. I'm going to leave that like that. Okay, so finding balance, which is really interesting. It's a number 2 as well. That makes sense. If we're like, something's really good, enjoying the limelight, we've achieved something, but then we have this darker energy coming in, trying to find balance. So I feel like that's definitely a message, just try to stay grounded through it. Be the one that brings the energy of calm and peace to the situation if you can, especially if that's a rule that you normally take. I'm noticing too, like there's so much going on in this picture actually. You've got the hourglass, a cup, a flower that's growing. I think there's even a ring there, and some sort of stained glass window, or I'm not actually sure what that is. Maybe you guys can have a look at that and see. It might speak to you in some way. Use your own intuition. That's always a good idea. A lot going on there, though. Okay. Look at this. Believe and succeed. It's coming out in the challenge position. So I feel like for some of you, this challenge, this upheaval, emotional upheaval, might actually be an energy that is there for you because you're not sure whether you're going to actually achieve this thing or that you're going to get any recognition for it. You will, absolutely. But this is saying believe and succeed. So it's coming in the challenge position, suggesting maybe there's some worry and concern around whether this thing is going to materialize, whether you're going to get the recognition you deserve, whether you're going to achieve this thing. And I feel like the answer for you is yes. And maybe the energy for you is that it has been difficult. I feel like because it's a weekly message and it's trying to give you a heads up about the energies, it's kind of like, you know, the universe's way of jumping in and saying, please don't allow yourself to go into too much anxiousness, worry, or fear, lest you push this achievement and this energy of, you know, you've earning this thing, earning this achievement, being in the limelight, being recognized, lest you push it away or delay it in some kind of way. You know, just really try to stay in your center as much as possible this week. Message 1, because I feel like it's going to benefit you, especially if there is other things going on that could kind of throw you off your axis, essentially. Imbalance you, right? As it says, find balance. And you know, it's the week of the holidays too, which can bring up a lot of upheaval and stress for a lot of us, right? Because we're trying to do all kinds of things. Either way, the message is something good is coming in, but there is something difficult with it for some of you. And I think for some of you, because it's general, you may just be leaning into one part of this message, and there's an overarching energy of trying to stay centered and balanced in it all. Don't give up on anything, because your just rewards are coming. And then for others, I think there is something here letting you know, giving you a heads up, something emotionally heavy could be coming up that may cause worry and concern. Try to find balance in this. Stay centered. You'll get through to the other side. Hopefully that makes some sense what I'm saying. Yeah, strengthening bonds. Strengthening bonds. Interesting too, right? Because often hard things, difficult things do have this funny, interesting way of bringing people together in the best way. I mean, it's sort of like when there's a disaster and then you see everybody showing up to help in the disaster. It seems to bring people together. It brings the best parts of ourselves out. I feel like there's something here to this message for you guys in that. Allowing whatever is thrown your way that could be difficult to be the thing that strengthens bonds, to make everybody copacetic, working together, you know, kind of showing up in the energy of love and support. But through finding that balance, this is what you get, right? And this is a direct message from Spirit, Universe, whatever resonates with you, suggesting that this is something that should be leaned into and will make this situation even better, especially for those of you who are dealing with something difficult. Okay. Yeah, blossom. 2 messages in one. And then the first time I shuffled, as you saw, it was like 4 cards that fell out, which is too many for an overarching message for one message. But yeah, blossom. This blossoming that comes from this achievement, from, I feel like for some of you guys really toiling away, you've been putting a lot of hard work. I think there's already been sleepless nights trying to make something happen. It is going to happen. It is going to grow. It is going to blossom. Know that, trust that, believe that, manifest this for you, and catch yourself if you're in an energy of fear or worry or concern. And for others who are dealing with something more difficult, especially as it might pertain to family members or people that you care about when it comes to their health or the health of a situation, I also feel like this has the opportunity, even though it's going to be heavier or harder, to strengthen bonds and to bring everybody together in the best possible way. I really, really think so. And I don't know, I keep getting the feeling that a lot of my message one choosers, you tend to be the one that is the one that brings in balance, that brings in peace, that, you know, tends to be able to stay rational and logical with an open heart in hard situations. And it might be difficult for you right now. You might be losing balance within that, right? Because it can be hard to be, you know, trying to spin a whole bunch of plates all at one time. It feels like just hang on a little bit longer, you're almost there. Yeah, that's it. Okay, I felt compelled to look at the bottom card here. It says take the lead. I really do feel like that's, you know, look at that. Golden fire, you know, all kinds of good things coming in, abundance, and then it's also here. Yeah, you're definitely the leader type. You're probably a little exhausted, overwhelmed. I feel like your message here for this week is hold on. Take heart. You're going to get through this. On the other side is recognition, reward, your hard work, seeing reward, seeing validation, You'll get through it. And for others who are resonating more with worry and concern, the second message with difficult times, about somebody's health or your own health or the health of a situation, I also feel like this has the potential to strengthen bonds in a way that you could not have possibly imagined. Through hardship often brings people together in the best ways. And I feel like that's part of the message here for you guys, that it will. That you guys will all come out the other side stronger, more bonded, more connected. Okay, I'm going to cap this off with a final message. Ooh. Holy, cards just flipping out like crazy today. We've got, by staying conscious in your thoughts, you guide your journey in the direction of choice, right? All the more reason to try to stay in balance and in the energy of believing and succeeding, because it's been a challenge for you. This is what you want to go to. So this is your final heads up here. By staying conscious in your thoughts, you guide your journey in the direction of choice. So be mindful as much as you can when your thoughts are going off the rails, or when you recognize you've leaned into worry, fear, concern, kind of going to the dark side of what it is that could happen, rather than staying in the energy of this is what I want and I'm going to get it kind of energy. All right, message one. I think I'm going to leave that there. Wishing everybody a happy holiday. Take care. Hello, message two. Let's have a look and see what could be showing up for you guys. Oh, that looked like it wanted to flip over, so yeah. I'm going to go with that one. It says sexuality. Existing relationships could find a new passion and heighten sexual attraction. Opportunities for marriage and good family life are strong, but if single, beware of temptation that could lead to trouble. A child will also bring great joy. Wow, there's a lot going on there. So really embracing your sexuality, your inspiration, the energy of passion, creativity, all connects to sexuality and the sacral chakra as well. I think allowing it to expand, really being open. As it says, existing relationships could find a new passion and heighten sexual attraction. Opportunities for marriage and good family life. Maybe some of you are going to experience an up-leveling and commitment. A higher commitment will be made this week for many of you. Who knows? Perhaps if you celebrate Christmas, someone could even be proposed to or receive a promise ring, or conversely, maybe you're the one giving this and you're wondering if it's the right thing to do. I feel like if this is coming out for you, it's all yes. It's very good energy for connection, but it does have a little bit of a warning here for singles to beware of temptation that could lead to trouble. So if you're finding that your sexual attraction is heightened and you're in a partnership and you're finding yourself to be attracted to somebody else, or there's some form of flirting that could lead to trouble, be mindful of that. Be mindful of that, because you don't want to ruin something based on things that are fleeting, and sexual attraction is quite fleeting. So just be careful there. I'm not telling you what to do, but I feel like it's a bit of a heads up to be mindful of. If you recognize you have an attraction to somebody and flirting has started, it could escalate really quick and turn into something more. And once you go there, you can't take it back. So just be mindful of that. That last message too, as a child, could also bring great joy. So perhaps there is even a message here that some of you will get pregnant or find out that you're pregnant if you've been trying, or good news coming from one of your children that you've been waiting to hear, been hoping for. A lot of good things here, with just one small warning about taking your passion a little too far, where it could end up hurting you or somebody else in the long run. So again, I'm not going to harp on that too much more. I think you get the gist. A good week, though, for my message to choosers, as far as relationship connection goes. Manifest. Yeah, you've got a lot of power coming your way this week. Message 2. Manifesting exactly what you want when you want it, I feel like is going to be a part of your superpower. Really creative, really being stirred up. Lean into it, because I will say too, because these are general readings, and I just think that, Spirit Universe has a way of bringing metaphors to us to help us to understand how to utilize parts of ourselves, our chakra system. And the sacral and sexuality can also be used. That energy can also be used to make something happen, to create something. I definitely think that's a message for some of you. So if there's something you wanted this week, this is the week to try to go after it. You have the ability to manifest it. That energy is here for you. Look at this, simply love. Simply love. And it's been a challenge. It looks like this kind of energy has been maybe blocked for some of you. It's been difficult for you just to go into the energy of like letting go and flowing in the energy of love, which would definitely stir up sexuality and creativity and passion. This is Spirit's way of saying this is what you want to do. There's nothing you really have to do other than just be open to it, say yes to it, lean into it. Simply love. Kind of like asking yourself the question, especially if you feel yourself or your energy getting bogged down, or you can feel yourself holding back or maybe guarding your heart in some kind of way. Why am I doing this? Is this something that I really need to be doing? Can I relax my energy more and just allow love to come in? Okay. Balance. Lots of need for balance. Look at that too. Male, female, yin, yang. Balance. And this is, a direct message from Spirit Universe suggesting finding your way into this as much as you possibly can, because then you will manifest exactly what you want. The desires will be met. The creativity will be stirred. The passion will be up-leveled and heightened like tenfold, it feels like for me here for my message to choosers. But simply love. You know that you can manifest whatever you want this anytime, really. But the energy is especially ripe this week for you to get what it is that you want, especially in the realms of love, but being open to it, being relaxed with it. If you have barriers built around you, relaxing those barriers, finding balance in your masculine and feminine energy. This is going to bring all this manifestation and this great passionate energy about. Challenging times. Okay. Challenging times. And, when we said this temptation, maybe some of you have been dealing with a hard relationship where the connection, you're recognizing it could be better. I feel like that's a message here for some of you. The opportunity to make it better, ignite it in the best way, manifest a new beginning, in an existing relationship. It's all on the table for you. There are some blocks and barriers that have been creating challenging times, and there would definitely be some temptation there for some of you. But I feel like the message from Spirit is try to look at this from a higher perspective and see what it is you can do to heal the existing relationship, bringing the energy of love and balance into it, because I think it could become wonderful and great, especially after challenging energy within a relationship. Like higher commitment levels, kind of having a lot of truths be spoken as well for some reason, like maybe really expressing yourself to your partners, going to be of benefit to heal and balance out a connection. Just be mindful of the temptation. Yeah, and that's the underbelly of this situation, joy and stability. Joy and stability, right? But it looks to me like even though there's a lot of really good energy coming your way this week, supportive energy for your relationships, for commitment, for joy and stability to return, there is this energy of temptation there. And I think a little bit of a block in the heart space, probably due to things that have happened before. And it's necessary that you look at that, release it as best you can, and I lower any guards that you have up around your heart space in this connection, so that you can bring new energy, new life into this connection, into these situations. Yeah, because it's like joy and stability wants to return, and it's entirely possible too. Message too. Okay, I'm just going to cap this off with a final message. Starseed, raise the vibration of the planet through your radiant, loving light. Okay, so maybe some of you vibe with the energy of a starseed, which often those people who feel like they're not from this earth can feel awkward and odd and not of this earth, and make it even more difficult to make connections that actually feel good. And as it says, raise the vibration of the planet through your radiant, loving light. And then you've got simply love. There's definitely a block there that some of you need to look at, because what you bring to the table is needed. It moves through you, as a light onto others. It's time to embrace it. It's time to lower any blocks and barriers that you have built up around your heart space. And I think that is definitely a thing for my message twos, because you have opportunities this week to really shift and change in the best way relationships, and up level them, and bring in joy and stability and balance again. It's all on the table for you this week. Okay, I think I'm going to leave that there. Wishing you all a happy holiday. Take care, guys. Hello, message 3. Let's have a look and see what could be showing up for you guys this week. What does message 3 need to know? Ooh, we've got love life. Affairs of the heart could cause future problems, but take heart, as difficult situations will be resolved by a good decision this week. Okay, so if there's been some dissonance and difficulty in your love life, it feels like solutions are at hand this week, but you'll need to be open to them, to notice them, and lean into them. Affairs of the heart could cause future problems, but take heart, as difficult situations will be resolved by a good decision this week. Yeah. So, and through the chaos of the holidays, I know we don't all celebrate, but if you do, I think that there's a bit of an underlying message here to give yourself some space, even if it's just 5 or 10 minutes here, to connect to your heart, your soul, your mind, your feelings, especially your heart energy and your heart's wisdom. I feel like will help you get to the answers that you need, to discover maybe pieces that you haven't noticed that will help resolve these issues that you've been having. It definitely seems like it's by way of connection. We'll see what else comes out with that, though. Yeah, so anything that you've been dealing with that's been hard or heavy, the opportunity coming for you this week, or when it is that you see this message, is a resolution, an answer, a way through it and forward. Oh, Lordy. Oh, wow. Okay, we've got refusing to see. Okay. This is sort of what I was talking about at the start with giving yourself time to notice, to see, to connect to some sort of truth, to what it is you need to understand, to wisdom, to help you move through this harder situation and resolve it. Vision, so third eye clearing for some of you. Doing anything that lightens your energy so that you really can connect to your intuition in the best possible way. And it says refusing to see. So again, give yourself some time, sit with yourself, maybe journal it, writing it down. That helps for somebody. Open up a Word document. What are the thoughts that you've been having? What have you noticed that maybe you don't want to lean into for whatever reason? Because I think there's something to that. Because it seems like Spirit's highlighting that we've already given you the answer. We've sent the message. Not wanting to really look at it or go there, but this is the week to do that. Oh my gosh, look, it's third eye. Yeah, okay. Third eye is definitely blocked here for my message 3s. That's crazy. So, refusing to see, third eye chakra needs to be cleansed and cleared, and I think not ignored. I mean, this is definitely suggesting that some of you have already received it, or have an intuitive understanding of what the message is, but maybe that stirs up all kinds of other feelings, hard feelings, or hard decisions that would have to be made, as it says, good decisions this week. And fear, right? That's normal. But I think that, you're coming into an energy and a time where it's the universe's way of saying, we'd rather see you get to this than us have to pinch you in a really hard way, an uncomfortable way, to get the wheels in motion to resolve this situation, because often that can be uncomfortable. So I think that this is your heads up here to give yourself some time and space to connect to it, to get really real and honest with yourself, to intuitively connect to, I think, something that you've already seen or know, so that you can make decisions this week that are ultimately going to be the best for you. Yeah, rebuild. So there's potential here to either rebuild a situation or a connection. Because it does say affairs of the heart could cause future problems. But take heart as difficult situations will be resolved by a good decision. How can you rebuild? Maybe even framing your harder situation, your emotional upheaval or dissonance that you're feeling, like just feeling imbalanced this way, frustrated, hurt. It could be, if you lean into the energy, how do I fix it? How do I rebuild it? What does that look like? What would I have to do? What would we have to do? Framing it that way, instead of just looking at it as hard and heavy and being in maybe any pain that's been caused, is probably the better way to frame it. And I think will more likely bring you the answers that you need. But I do think some of you have already tapped into this and just not wanting to see it. I do want to say too, I do get this feeling that for some of you, there's a healthy ending, I'm saying. And that's really hard. And it's a really hard decision to make and to come to, right? Where fixing it no longer seems to serve us anymore, or that we recognize there is no fixing it anymore. That's not a message for all of you, but I felt compelled to bring it up because I think some of you do know this. You feel it, you recognize it, and that's so hard because it means rebuilding our whole lives. I think that's a message for some of you. Take it as you will. You have the free will to choose how to go about this situation and, create a better balance in your love lives or any kind of connections, because our hearts are always connected to others. It's entirely up to you, but I do think there's an opportunity here. Message 3, for a rebuild to happen in some existing relationships by good decision making, and for others, I think that the good decision is going to be, I think I need to find a healthy way to move away from this connection, relationship situation, because it's no longer serving me, and it's just burdening you. It almost feels like for some of you, you've outgrown a situation. Yeah. Lots of chakra cards. You guys would be really well served this week to give yourself over to meditation, and particularly clearing the chakras and getting aligned. Base chakra just says not being grounded, needing to be grounded, needing to be really present with yourself. Definitely an energy of not enough space for yourself. And that's even harder if you do celebrate holidays, because we tend to push all the other things that are important, all of our emotions and feelings and needs aside to lean into the holidays. If that's you, really the message is to not do that, to, even if it's just a little bit of time here and there, to make you a priority, give yourself over to meditating on this, to clearing this, to getting really real and present with yourself so that you can get to these decisions. You can see what's best for you, really lean into it, and then move forward in some kind of way, whether you're rebuilding a relationship because you've come to the conclusion of what needs to be done to resolve it, or you've decided that it's time to move away from it. It's going to be different for all of us, right? And the underbelly to that is awaiting results. Look at that. You've got a lot of earth energy here. Awaiting results, something, that whole rebuild energy from the ground up, planting seeds and being patient, watching it grow. It's all connected to that heart space again. So I feel like message 3, an alignment would be really good for you. Like an alignment of your chakra system, like, because we've got this grounding energy really coming in strong, something really needed by you, presence, connecting into that heart space. And this is love life, affairs of the heart energy. And then we've got this vision. All of these things are a little bit imbalanced, and emotions and heaviness and hardship will do that to us. So I would say give yourself over to the alignment energy, getting in alignment, clearing your chakras, getting present, even if it's just 5 minutes here, 10 minutes there. Write down whatever you feel, whatever you get, and let yourself see the hard things. Allow yourself to lean into it, even if it's uncomfortable, because this is where the power is. This is where the solutions are, whether you're going to rebuild a connection or make a healthy, severing of the connection. Okay. I'm going to cap this off with a final message. A lot of energy around love and connections this week and a lot of duality showing up for all of us this week, where we've got some good things and then we've got some hard things. Such is life, I suppose, guys? I'm just going to pause the video for a second because the card dropped on the floor. Sorry about that, message 3. It says vibration. Your vibration is being raised to higher levels. You are connected to cosmic intelligence, which is amazing. You probably don't feel like this right now, though, message 3, based on the cards that came out. I think, Spirit Universe jumped in to say, no, this is happening. All the more reason to make sure that you're cleansed and cleared and balanced and aligned, because this is how we bring you the information that you need. This is how we get you to see. And I think trust and believe that we really have sent you the messages of what to do here. I don't think it's an easy solution. But either way, your vibration is being raised to higher levels. You are connected to cosmic intelligence. Yeah. So really, when you see this reading, the energy is optimal for you to do this clearing and cleansing and to connect to higher mind, to see the truth, and to start rebuilding from there and making good decisions as a result of you giving yourself over this. Make yourself a priority this week, message 3, in a very big way. Even, like I said, I keep saying it, and I promise I'm not going to say it again, but even if it's just in little small doses, because of time, a lot of us don't feel like we ever have time to give ourselves the time we actually need to get sorted. But you can do this in little increments, and I think you're still going to come to some conclusions and understandings. Okay. I think I'm going to leave that there. I'm wishing you all a beautiful and happy holiday. Take care, guys. Hello, message 4. Let's have a look and see what kind of energy is going to be showing up for you guys this week. What does message 4 need to know? A lot about love life this week. Let's see if yours is different. Your fears of the heart in general. Ooh, nice. We've got luck. A sudden change of luck is likely. Things are working in your favor, and it's an excellent time for networking. Awesome. So really supportive energy. I always think that luck energy also connects to our ability to manifest. So staying really in flow and allowing more joy, more lightheartedness. I think it really stirs up this energy, and it brings this luck energy to us quicker. This is what I'm trying to say. So a sudden change of luck is likely, and also maybe trust that. If it looks too good to be true or feels too good to be true, it's not actually the case for you this week, message 4, or whatever it is you happen to land on this message. Yeah, they're working in your favor, and it's an excellent time for networking. It feels like there's a bit of a process happening here, too. Like, first we're going to bring you a little bit of luck. Then we're going to bring you the right people. And then from there, something's going to build out from there, something really good. So lean in and trust that. I don't know what it is about these cards, but I'm having such a difficult time shuffling them this week. I think they're too stiff and slippery, maybe. Okay. Look at this, love. Ooh, so some of you either are going to experience an up-leveling in love, whether it's in community or your existing relationship and connection, or a new person coming in. And it does say it's an excellent time for networking. So you can meet a very resonant, feels good, I feel very connected to this person, I don't know why, person this week. Love is on the cards for all of us, it would seem, this week. But it could, but remember, like, apply it to your situation because this is general. Some of you could just experience a lot of joy and love and happiness within an existing relationship. But for others, I do think it's an opportunistic time to get yourself out there, to say yes to socializing and networking, because it's going to bring some sort of a powerful connection. Even if it's not romantic, though I do think it's going to be for some of you. Embrace. Embrace it. And you know, this card always makes you think, embrace the magic and the power that you are, of the universe, of the energy of luck, without doubting it or fearing like what goes up is going to come down, and you know, is this too good to be true? No, not the case. And it's coming out in the challenge position. So that might be an energy that you lean into a little bit too often. And the universe is jumping in and say, don't do that this week. Trust it, embrace it, lean into it, and see what happens, because it's all being brought to you. This is a good week to say yes to these kinds of things. Even if you would normally be skeptical or not trust it, embrace these opportunities. Because like, okay, I should have touched on this, but there's a heart there and it's growing, right? And there's all this joy and this light coming in, right? So something really good for you as it connects to your heart, to love, to commitments, to socializing, networking, and people. I don't know why, I just keep getting this feeling of being really pretty skeptical. Trying to quiet that energy in your mind if it shows up for you at this time, because you don't want to push this really beautiful, lucky energy away. Wow, giving and receiving. This feels so lighthearted, so joyful, so, what's the word I'm looking for? You know, because giving and receiving, and I think what I'm trying to get to say is maybe you're somebody who holds back on giving, or you have a hard time receiving. It's not entirely comfortable for you. I would actually say that I think that's even more true for givers. They're more comfortable giving than they are receiving. But relaxing those barriers this week, getting in balance, because you've got all these orbs, right? And that's connected to the heart, your solar plexus, your crown chakra, and your throat chakra expression. So all these could be important for you to be leaning into, right? Trust with the crown chakra, standing in your power with confidence, opening, keeping your heart open and expressing yourself. All good things for you to be doing this week. Message 4, because good things are coming as a result. You know, just realize there's a 6 and a 6. Often people get scared of 6 because of religious things like the mark of the beast, but actually 6s just signify balance, especially harmonious balance. Often we think that it's something negative. And they can signify being imbalanced at time, you know, to let us know that we're imbalanced and we need to bring something back in. But that doesn't feel like the case. I think the 6s are saying there's some sort of beautiful, harmonious, balanced energy and connections coming in, and lean in and say yes to them this week. Be willing to give of yourself and express yourself. Show up in confidence and trust, but also to receive it back. Reach out. Yeah. Is there been a bit of an isolation here for some of my message 4s? Have you been holding back, hesitating? Maybe, again, that energy of I'm afraid to ask for help. I'm afraid to put myself out there. I'd rather be in control of these kinds of things and my energy, and I hold back. I stay in the shadows a little bit too much. Not something you want to lean into this week, or something that if it is natural for you to do that you want to try to slowly pick apart or dissect or detach is probably the better way to put it this week. Because there's this powerful, lucky energy of, if you can beat those energies that maybe feel more natural to you, or maybe even introverted energy for some of you, and reach out, embrace this opportunistic, lucky energy coming in, these new connections, being ready to receive and to give, right? And reach out. It brings a beautiful energy of love and good connections, whether romantic or otherwise. Lucky, networking, socializing, all on the table for you this week, and it's all empowered and good for you. I feel like I want to keep saying that, because I do get this energy of, I don't really trust this. I'm very skeptical. I've tried these things. It didn't work out before. It is on the table for you this week in a very big and powerful, profound way. Yeah, it's like just say yes to it. You know, if you catch yourself in negative thinking, or, you know, and you're self-aware enough to notice when it happens, changing your mind. So I'm just going to be open to it. That doesn't require that much of you to just be open. I'll just be open to see what happens. We'll just go with the flow. Oh, look, this is the card on the bottom of the deck, Darkest Fears. How does this trigger you? Opening yourself up this way, asking for help, reaching out, not necessarily being the giver, but the one that actually receives the energy of help and love and, you know, we're here for you. We want you to receive this. We've got you. There's something to this that makes you quite uncomfortable, message 4. And it's bumping up against your darkest fears. Perhaps you've been burned in the past. Perhaps, you know, things like this just have never worked out for you up until now, or you've got too much history in trying to have manifested this kind of thing before, and it's caused a lot of distrust. I don't think that's going to happen for you this week, as far as being worried that you're going to be like, everything bad that I thought could happen did happen, so I'm not even going to try. That's not what's showing up for you this week. Message 4, it's quite the opposite. So you might need to take a little bit of time to look at your story, what these darkest fears are and how they hold you back, because you've got a lucky week coming in. You've got positive, lucky change that are quite sudden, things that are going to start working out in your favor, and networking that's going to bring about great connections, community, and love for some. But it does require the energy of give and take. Okay, let's just cap this off with one final message. Inner alchemy. Inner alchemy is achieved when you react to fear with love. Wow. This is a very synchronistic reading. When you react to fear with love, which is what I was trying to say, but not so eloquently as this card has put it. Embracing, just going with the flow. You know, you're going to be out of your comfort zone with this, I think, very much so, message 4. But this brings transformation in the best possible way, and it is going to bump up against your darkest fear. But inner alchemy is achieved when you react to fear with love. I'm afraid I'm making a mistake. I'm afraid these are the wrong people. I'm afraid this lovey feeling that I'm feeling, this connective attraction for some, isn't really real, or it's just going to go away like easy come, easy go. Not this time. You've got luck on your side. You've got love on your side. You've got the energy of giving and receiving coming back in for you. But it does require you to embrace this energy, you know, feel the fear and do it anyways, to reach out, to give back to others, you know, be reciprocal, but also be willing to receive. This is how you combat and beat those fears, those deep-rooted fears. I really do think some of you would benefit from looking at that, even maybe before you lean into this energy of socializing and networking. What holds me back in this? Is it even a real story anymore? Can I detach from it? Is it true? How can I make this work for me and not against me, like maybe it has for some of you in the past worked against you? This trusting, more open-hearted energy. But this is what you're being asked to do, because there's a lot of transformation and change and positive energy coming for you guys this week. Embrace it as much as you possibly can, message 4. I know it's not going to be easy. That's definitely showing up here. But everything is showing up for you in the best possible way this week. You want to say yes to this energy. Okay, I think I'm going to leave that there. I'm wishing you all happy holidays if you celebrate the holidays. Take care, guys.